Good evening, dear friends. Today's topic is a serious one. Right now, it's one of the most relevant out there. How can you get rid of a second, and if needed, even a third chin, leaving just the original one? Today, we're going to figure out how to do just that. There will be several steps in eliminating a double chin. We'll start by working together to reduce swelling. This so-called second chin is made up of several components. So, friends, here's the jaw. Here's our little drawing of a person. Not bad, right? This is the eye. And then one day, our hero wakes up and suddenly discovers something like this under the jaw. This is what we call chin number 2. Chin number 1, chin number 2. And as it grows, it may even sprout a chin number 3 and sometimes a chin number 4. You could call them daughter chins. Exactly. Now, of course, this is just a rough diagram, but it's more or less how it happens. So what can we do about it? How can we prevent this? And if it's already there, how do we get rid of it? There are two main components to a double chin. The first is swelling. Fluid builds up here, specifically tissue fluid or lymph. That's lymphatic stagnation, impaired fluid drainage. The second is weakness in the muscles, specifically the muscles of the oral diaphragm, which start to sag. As you can see, multiple factors are involved in the development of a second or third chin. The first is swelling caused by poor drainage of lymph and venous blood, especially from the lower part of the face. The second is both weakness and tightness in the muscles that make up the oral diaphragm. And today, I'll show you a special technique that not only tones this part of the oral diaphragm, but also helps relax it. There are a lot of trigger points in this area. You'll learn about them today and feel it for yourself. Third is head position. As the neck muscles weaken, the head tends to droop, reducing the distance between the chin and the front of the neck. Now here's a method to tone the muscles of the oral diaphragm. You've probably never seen this before, and you may never see it again. You'll press with one finger from the outside and with the other from the inside. Under the tongue, right here, if you lift your tongue like this. Here's your lower jaw. These are your teeth. Right here. And just under the tongue, in this spot, there's a specific area. It's pretty painful. There are two muscle bands here. It's all muscle. Your job is to find that area. Press from the outside with one finger and from the inside with the other. Yes, it will hurt. Move along the area from front to back like this. This is an important muscle. When it's tense, it can cause venous and lymphatic congestion in the whole region. And sometimes, just by relaxing this muscle, the drainage improves not only from the lower face, but also from the head. You may even feel pain radiating into your head when you work on this muscle, because, although rare, tension in these muscles can cause headaches and interfere with venous drainage from the brain. So, press with your thumb. Go along the center line from the lower jaw down to the front of the neck and from the inside under the tongue. You need to work through this whole area. Once you do, You'll immediately notice better skin tone and improved lymph and blood drainage from the face. Try it and let me know what you experience. First, we're going to restore mobility in the sternocleidomastoid muscle, specifically its mobility. It's not just about relaxing or strengthening the muscle, you also need to make sure it moves freely. That's the key. Each muscle is enclosed in its own fascial sheath, and it's important that it can move in relation to nearby muscles. To restore this mobility, start by locating the front edge of your sternocleidomastoid muscle. Place your finger on that edge and press gently, as if shifting the muscle in the opposite direction. Press, release. Press, release. As you'll see, the muscle can shift in both directions. You can move it back and forth like this. For this muscle, mobility is key. It needs to be able to move freely. So first, shift it to one side, then to the other. Just like this. There. You'll notice some areas move more easily than others. Do the same thing on the other side. Work through each part of the muscle with this technique. Spend more time on areas that feel stiffer. Next, we'll move on to training the muscles that make up the oral diaphragm. To do that, you need to learn how to control your tongue. So, what should you do? Think about where your tongue naturally rests. For some people, it touches the lower teeth, for others, the upper teeth, and for some, the roof of the mouth. But for this exercise, you need to train yourself to press the back of your tongue, specifically the back, against the roof of your mouth. Start with the tip of your tongue. Press it against the roof of your mouth. If that's easy, try using the back of your tongue. And if that works too, try pressing with the very back portion. As you do this, notice how the oral diaphragm begins to lift slightly. Press. Hold for about 3 seconds. Relax. Repeat the cycle. Do this about 10 times, a few times a day. You'll notice your oral diaphragm gradually lifting higher and higher. Here's your tongue, and your goal is to use the back of the tongue to press against the roof of your mouth. The key here is pressing with intention. Start where you can. If it's difficult, begin by pressing with the front part of your tongue. If that's easy, try the middle. And if that works, go for the very back of the tongue. Try to reach as far as you can with your tongue. Even if it doesn't fully touch the roof, the movement itself will help lift the area and engage the chin. If done regularly, you'll start to see results. Your chin, which may have been sagging forward, will start to pull back. That can be a pretty dramatic effect. So take it easy. Don't overdo it with the exercises. So here's the move. Press the back of your tongue against the roof of your mouth. Hold for 3 seconds and release. Press again, hold, and release. To boost drainage from this area, gently use your fingers to guide any accumulated fluid. Under the angle of the lower jaw, gently push the fluid toward the ear. This helps improve lymphatic flow. Start by doing this on both sides and then move to just one side. First, you can do it right along the angle of the jaw. Right here, you place your fingers like this, and along the jaw angle, move them toward the lower part of the ear, toward the ear canal, you might say. Do this movement first on one side, then the other. Then move to the very bottom edge of the jaw. You make the same movement. Just lift your head slightly and repeat it about 3 times, right here, toward the angle of the lower jaw. Now take your thumbs and place them under your chin along the center line. Gently move outward toward the ears. You can do this one side at a time or both together. This is a form of lymphatic drainage. And then, from where the fluid was directed, use a smoothing motion down along the sternocleidomastoid muscle to encourage lymph flow down the neck. Well, friends, congrats on your newly sculpted chins. Be careful. Don't cut yourselves when you touch them.